Mr. Panindra Kogileru. Today I am going to discuss about chemical coordination and integration. In our body, there are so many physiological processes are taking place. All these physiological processes are controlled by nervous system and endocrine system. Today we are going to discuss about endocrine system. Endocrine system includes endocrine glands. What is meant by endocrine glands means they are called ductless glands. They don't have ducts. When compared to the exocrine glands, exocrine glands consist of ducts. They release directly their secretions through the ducts. But here endocrine glands release their secretions or chemical mediators called hormones directly into the blood, and the blood will transport the hormones to the target sites. The term hormone was coined by Ernest H. Starling. First hormone discovered is secretin. Secretin is produced by duodenum, and its action is on pancreas, and pancreas produces pancreatic juice. Thomas Edison is considered as father of endocrinology. So hormones, what is meant by hormones means they are non-nutrient chemicals. They are intercellular messengers produced in trace amounts. Action is far from the site of release. So hormones are released at one place, action is at a distant place. But when compared to that of the neurotransmitters are released at the site of action. That means very close to the site of action. The duration of action is very longer in case of hormones. But in case of neurotransmitter substances, the duration of action is within milliseconds. Now, if you take the hormones are classified into two types: water-soluble hormones and lipid-soluble hormones. What is meant by water-soluble hormones means they get dissolved in watery plasma and circulate in free form and towards target sites. Lipid-soluble hormones means they are insoluble in water and they are bound to the plasma protein so that their solubility increases. Now we take the water-soluble hormones. Water-soluble hormones are classified into peptide and protein hormones, amine hormones, and next is known as eicosanoids. Protein and peptide hormones includes insulin, glucagon, thymosin, pituitary hormones. Insulin, glucagon, both are released from pancreas. Thymosin is released from thymus gland. Insulin, glucagon, thymosin along with parathormone. Parathormone is the hormone produced by parathyroid gland. All are peptide hormones. I am repeating once again, you see that insulin, glucagon, thymosin, parathormone, they are peptide hormones. Insulin and glucagon take part in carbohydrate metabolism. Thymosin take part in differentiation of lymphocytes. Parathormone take part in calcium and phosphate metabolisms. Next, some of the pituitary hormones also come under the peptide hormones and protein hormones. Now next we take the amine hormones, single amino acid derivatives. Among them, first one is called catecholamines. What are the catecholamines means? Epinephrine and norepinephrine and dopamine. Epinephrine and norepinephrine, they are produced by the adrenal medulla. If you take the dopamine acts as a neurotransmitter substance and hormone, neurohormone. And dopamine, uh, epinephrine, norepinephrine, they are derived from tyrosine amino acid. Next is melatonin. Melatonin is derived, it is produced by pineal gland, and it is a tryptophan derivative. Melatonin plays very important role in our body, particularly it regulates biological clocks. Its main target center is suprachiasmatic nucleus, which is present in the hypothalamus. Next is eicosanoids. Eicosanoids are derived from arachidonic acid. What is arachidonic acid? Arachidonic acid is polyunsaturated fatty acid, which the eicosanoids includes prostaglandins and leukotrienes. Prostaglandins are produced by almost all tissues in our body. And leukotrienes are produced by leukocytes. Both prostaglandins and leukotrienes take part in inflammatory reactions. If you take leukotrienes, mainly they act on smooth muscles present in the respiratory tract. Contraction of smooth muscles in the respiratory tract is brought by leukotrienes, where they are involved in inflammatory reactions like allergic rhinitis and asthma. They take part in inflammatory reactions there. So that is about water soluble hormones. Next we'll take lipid soluble hormones. Thank you.